Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Paranormal Reports, aka Ray, as always. But like I say all the time, you should already know that if you've been watching me for a while. And welcome back to Secrets of the Stars, the show where I talk about everything UFO related or alien related or anything to do with ancient civilizations. And tonight I've got an interesting one. I've got stuff that is going to be hiding beneath mountains, which is funny enough. Crazy if you think about it, but not at all out of the realm of possibility. So if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, all that good stuff. You won't regret it. Also, here's the Discord server link, so give a scan and then you can join the Discord. And yeah, we're going to be talking about mountains, like those things that people always want to climb or do some kind of weird shit with. but yeah, think about it though. If you think about mountains, what's the first thing that you think of, everyone? Apart from the snow and people climbing them, you think that they could be like home of gods. If you look at the mountains in Greece, the entrance to underworld in some cultures. People also say that there's doing hidden like tunnels under places with things. Like I said, the Greeks had Olympus, the Tibetans had hidden kingdoms underneath Himalaya. Native American have also said that some sacred beings emerged from mountains. Japanese also believe that certain mountains were like spiritually alive, which is crazy. So and I'm sorry for that everyone, but you know, it's my way of like getting on to the next topic because I'm doing this live, so bear with me, everyone. Right, so first things first, I'm going to be talking about Mount Shasta, which I've talked about before, but there's a because I believe I talked about Lumeria. I believe I talked about when I talked about Mount Shasta, which if you go and have a look, I'll put a picture up on screen for you now. Mount Shasta. Looking at this mountain, you can't tell me that it doesn't look like something's hidden under it, or there's some kind of hidden kind of craziness to it, everyone. Um, so let's have a look here. Where's Mount Shasta? Where's a decent picture of it? Oh, I'll do this one. This one looks kind of mysteriously cool. Right. So, this is Mount Shasta, everyone. This is in California, of all places. Yes, the same California that has Hollywood and all them places. But look at it. It's in Northern California. It's a volcanic giant, obviously wrapped in ancient legends. There's been UFO reports around the mountain. Strange tall figures dressed entirely in white coming out. Stuff like that. There's also the Mumeria thing that I was talking about. But thousands of years ago, people say that there's a lost civilization underneath Mount Shasta, and it's called Telos or Teos, whatever you pronounce it. And basically, there's claims from these believers of this Telos theory that there's massive tunnel systems, advanced technology, glowing crystal chambers, underground agriculture, telepathic inhabitants under Shasta. Pilots have also reported unexplained lights. Hikers describe having missing time around there. And people also say that compasses have decided to behave in an erratic manner in certain areas of the mountain. And one strange account came from early in the 20th century when witnesses described robed figures purchasing supplies in nearby towns, which was not weird, but the weird part was that they were using pure gold. Pure GOLD gold. So no one could ever verify who they were though. So but could you look at it looking at that picture of Shasta? Does it look like there could be an hidden underground sea under there? I'd like to know what your thoughts are, everyone. like I said. It kind of looks crazy to me, if you ask. You know, it's kind of like there's some kind of hidden force at play. I know what you'll think. Like I said, I'll give you comments and answer in the chat. So, what does everyone think? Do you think Shasta could be hiding something? Let me know. Now, we're going to the Bucegi Mountain. Bucegi? I believe they're called. I'll give my pardon here. But this mountain range is in Romania. And I'll show you an unusual picture from here in Romania of these mountains while I talk about it. Hello. So this is Romania's Bucegi Mountain range, and it may contain one of the strangest stories and conspiracies in Europe. Basically, reports in the early 2000s said that the Romanian intelligence agency, discovered a hidden chamber deep inside this mountain, and they said that there was. Let's find him. And they said there's an enormous underground ore under this mountain range, advanced holographic technology, impossible stone structures, gigantic humanoid skeletons, and artifacts linked to ancient civilizations. So basically, this story then became famous through a book known as The Transylvanian Sunrise, and skeptics dismissed the entire thing as fiction. But when the story came online, was basically satellite imagery has now gone. Yep. So basically, satellite imagery has gone on, and unusual geological formations in this range had fueled speculation for years. So people are asking what the tunnels are for. Are they connected to ancient beings, or are they something from the Cold War times? But locals in the nearby villages have long spoken about strange lights, hidden entrances, and forbidden zones in the mountains. Then you get this, everyone. And then if you go, hang on, let's do something here. Or you're back to. Now, how far away are they from one another? That's over 6 hours away. So that theory of mine that it's close to there. Feel crazy though. So what does everyone think? Let me know on that one. Now we're heading to somewhere in the UK. Can anyone guess? Can anyone guess where in the UK we're heading to? Shropshire. Interesting. So you think England? Yeah. What part of Wales, John? You got to take a guess. I will say, look at the topic that we're talking about. What's a mountain range in Wales? Bingo. We're into Snowdonia because basically miners have reported for generations here when they was there. Unexplained knocking sounds, voices echoing through sealed tunnels, sudden temperature drops, lights moving in darkness when nobody should have been around. And some tunnels were so extensive, basically under Snowdon, that they connected the entire mountain range. During World War II, obviously, Wales became strategically important because of these underground facilities and hidden storage locations that could be concealed within the mountains, right? And funny enough, one of the strangest stories, I'm going to show you the hidden tunnel under Snowdonia in a minute. But one of the strangest stories going to link with Wales is abandoned slate mines near. I'm not even going to pretend to know what it says, but I'll try it. Blainu for Festanog. You know, visitors have described that very machinery operating deep underground. You know, the mine's been closed for decades. Others have so reported that sensation of being watched, which is crazy. And you think, and everyone thinks, yeah, they know on hidden tunnel on the Snowdonia. Well, no. Where are we? I'll show you now. No. There you go. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? Literally. You wouldn't think Snowdonia had something like that hidden underneath it. And there you go. And all I want to press that one. No. There you go. Look. Dianoic Cory in Lamberis. See? See? It's nuts, in it. Sudden Snowdonia. That's what I'm saying. You never know what kind of secrets these places hold, everyone. But make sure you're subscribed because I'll be talking about some interesting stuff over the next few days. So you best be subscribed, everyone, and liking this video and sharing to get more people through. Come on, let's get this community growing, everyone. But now we're going to a place that I've talked about in a different context, but Dulce, New Mexico, and that. But in more underground base theories, they're about this place called Arculeta Mesa, and it sits close to Native American land and become legendary for UFO folklore. Right? Just look at this, right? And tell me that this doesn't look weird to you. Because I'll show you something now. Is tell me that these rocks and that don't look like some kind of alien faces on them, everyone. I know Mummy Pareidolia or whatever. To me, you can actually make her alien faces. Could be wrong. I could be wrong, everyone, but what it looks like to me. So I'm thinking, yeah, mummy like. It looks like there, Tim, look. Like two eyes, look. There looks like a thing, doesn't it? You know? Looks like mouth, eyes. And this ain't all to do with Dolce, this area. No. I'll put this one up. This is apparently Dolce based at alien laboratory under this mountain range. Look at that. Look at that. If that's in that mountain, fuck me. It looks like Dr. Evil's lair. 1 billion pounds. You know what I mean? Yeah. Literally, I shall call him Mini Me. You know what I mean? But look, if that's true, that's nuts, isn't it? One, how the fuck have they managed to build that? And two, damn. I shall call this complex Buckingham Palace. I'm joking. No, but seriously though, that is cool. Fair play to him, but look. And sometimes on like photos here and obviously stuff. But look, go and check it out. Alright, see you, Tim. Don't get like the video. Right. But yeah, they think that there's magnetic rail systems and that. When this isn't alleged with whistleblowers, they're claiming that there's magnetic rail systems there, advanced laboratories, deep underground tunnels, and all that stuff. I haven't explained the aircraft activity. The adulterated base theory that I've talked about in a previous live became popular during the 1980s when one of the foundational myths of modern stuff when modern conspiracies happened. But I don't know why the fuck they done in the mountain, but fair play to them if they have, everyone. Now, we're going to the Nika mine, or Nika mine, wherever you pronounce it, sorry, in Chihuahua, Mexico. And put it this way, this looks like an alien cathedral, this place, right? When I get up, you'll see what I mean. Right? There you go, everyone. What does that look like to you? Tell me that doesn't look like an alien kind of cathedral or something from another world. Literally looks like that thing I was going through on Appalachian a few nights back. But look how cool that is. Basically, there's some over 30 feet long, these crystal beams. The environment inside is told to be so extreme that humans can barely survive there for more than a minute at a time. Temperatures have approached deadly levels, which means humidity was nearly unbearable at times. And these scientists have believed that these crystals have formed over hundreds of thousands of years under specific conditions. And that, but how cool is that? Oh, pardon me. Tell me that ain't cool. Yeah, tell me that ain't cool. Hang on, I'll show you another picture now, everyone. You know? There you go. Look how cool that is, man. Look at it. That is crazy. Like absolutely nuts. Like I said, it's crazy what we've got underneath our feet at times. Um, now, now we move on to one of the oldest legends of an underground thing on Earth. And then this is called Agartha, the Himalayan kingdom of Agartha, and basically it's supposedly located somewhere beneath Asia. Some people say it's in Tibet, some people say it's in the Himalayas, some people say it's in Mongolia, and that. But basically, they say that there's advanced beings there, glowing underground cities, ancient knowledge, spiritual technology, hidden libraries all around, and that. Basically, influential explorers, occult groups, conspiracy theorists have all looked for it. Even expeditions by the Nazis in World War II to try and look for this place happened. But there's no evidence that Agartha exists and that. But imagine if it did exist. Because apparently this is what it looks like, right? No. Basically, it's also known to as a mystical city of Shambhala, you know? And you probably all heard of Shambhala, right? Because in Uncharted, I believe, right? I'll show you something now. No, I'll use that picture to show you. If it exists, everyone, this is basically what it looks like. Tell me that this ain't wicked. Look at that. And that's supposed to be underground, in the earth somewhere. Somewhere in Asia. Somewhere in Asia, this is supposed to be. Look at it. If someone found that, that's nuts, isn't it? Can't tell me I'm one either. Now, we're returning back to the UK, and this one actually caught me by surprise because I've never heard of it before. In the Scottish Islands stands Ben McDree or Ben McDree, Ben McDie or whatever. Sorry for pronunciation, everyone. But it's the second highest mountain in the UK, and that terrifying. And that basically beautiful during the day, absolutely terrifying bad weather. But for more than a century, climbers have crossed the mountain and have reported encounters with something known as this big grey man. And it's in Gaelic, it's another name which I'm not even going to pronounce because I don't know Gaelic. And witnesses have described this massive shadowy figure, enormous footsteps following them through fog, strange whispers carried on by the wind, sudden overwhelming dread, the feeling of being hunted. And I just read that so I don't see that. Basically, one of the most famous accounts came from a mountaineer by the name of Professor Norman Colley in the late 1800s. After descending Ben McDewey alone, Colley admitted that he fled in panic after hearing gigantic footsteps seemingly matching his own pace through thick mist. And he later said that he began to think again that there was something very odd about the place, and he wasn't alone, and then it carried on for decades after. And now skeptics believe that this phenomenon may be caused by something called a Brocken spectre. Basically, a person's shadow can appear gigantic when projected onto mist in certain weather conditions. But people also don't believe it. Because they say that there's no strange detail about Ben McDewey, which is an area containing remote plateaus, ravines, ravines, sudden weather shifts, and vast stretches where visibility can vanish within seconds. And when you look up Ben McDewey and this grey man, and you can see that this is the thing that apparently haunts that mountain range, and it doesn't look very, very pleasant, everyone. It doesn't look very pleasant. It looks like Gordon Ramsay out there. He's just seen someone cook something horrible. Look. Looks like it's fucking raw, everyone, and you're fucking disgusting me. Seriously, though. Look at it. Could you imagine that walking up behind you? I just had to if you just come down the mountain. Fuck that. I did a Scooby Doo one. I'd be like, yeah. But that's what's funny. Alright. But then, yeah, literally, John. And then, this is the mountain range. So basically, this is where Ben McDewey, where that grey thing is supposed to terrorize. Yeah, I think I wouldn't want to do hiking on that. Fuck that shit. I'd be like, nope, no hiking today. I want to I want to live. Thank you. Bye bye. But yeah. Yeah, I've got a reputation to proceed. But basically, this is another picture of him. This one doesn't look as terrifying as the first one, but it still looks fucked up. Everyone. Look at him. It's more like a Fortnite skin gone on. Yeah. 3-5-4 farm. I smell the feet of an Englishman. Honestly, though, it's just fucked. Yeah. Now, moving on from big grey, airy monster things to the Appalachian Mountains again. I've been talking about this mountain range for a while, so everyone make sure you go and check out the older stuff as well. But basically, there's voices in the forest, unexplained whistles, cave disappearances, glowing figures, impossible sounds, lights, and all kinds of stuff in the Appalachian Mountains. There's a lot of like weird shit going on there. I do not know why the Appalachian Mountains are like this, but I think it's something to do with the Native American stuff that preceded it. But I know there was a curse or whatever placed on it. But put it this way, it stretches fast like way across America, and every place that this stretches, right, from like it goes right through a lot of places. Germany, it goes right nearly into Canada, basically, or in Canada, I believe, off the top of my head. Hang on, I'm looking now, double checking. Yeah, West Virginia, Philadelphia, well, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, and Maine, and into nearly Canada. And all this area, there's a lot of shit that goes on. There's more shit that goes on in this surrounding range than anywhere in the world. I'm not even joking. Like, there's stuff that John will remember me putting videos on for us to watch, and literally, yeah, not very good this running range. There's so many supernatural legends attached to it. This running range. Here's another one. Hang on. I'll tell you something here. Basically, oh, then most of the life on Earth that's on a landscape, like changes. It's crazy with Appalachian mountain range. Many residents also say that if you hear something calling your name in the woods, that you don't respond, or because it's something. There's so many like mimics. I think there's people heard in that area. There's thousands of cave systems which are still unexplored apparently, and there's numerous disappearances of ikers and yeah, fuck no. I don't think anyone would want to go to Appalachian Mountain Range and enjoy it. Do you, everyone? No. I think they want to be nice, you know, and be like, nah. Let's leave it right now. I go and search up the Appalachian Mountain Range tonight and go and look at some videos. Basically, or look at my lot of past stuff, please, because that mountain range is. I'm just glad I'm on this side of the Atlantic. That side of the Atlantic, no. I'll do investigations over there one day, but no. That mountain range, not yet. No. That mountain range is world class. That mountain range is like a legendary difficulty. No. I want to do amateur beginner difficulty. I don't want to do legendary difficulty. No. Going over there is like getting knocked out by Tyson Fury. No, I do not want that. No. But basically, now we're going on to Peru and near Lake Titicaca or Lake Titicaca, in Peru. Basically, stands this enormous stone structure that's carved into what called Ayumarca. And I've shown this on the channel before, everyone. Because it literally doesn't make sense. And by the me saying it doesn't make sense, I'll show you now. I'll show you with people inside actually. Right, this is a giant doorway, basically, everyone. Voila. Look at that. Giant doorway. And that's how small we are compared to the doorway. And basically, people say that this doorway is called the Gate of the Gods, because it's a giant doorway leading nowhere. Local legends have said that it was once used by priests to pass into another realm. A sacred disc once activated this doorway, and witnesses over the years have described strange lights around this site. Some have also reported intense emotional reactions or unusual sensations. They don't know why, and they feel like this door is waiting for something to open it. Whether it's someone else with a disc or something crazy going on, or something's going to happen that will open this. Like, fuck knows. But whatever it is, you can admit that we are not the hype that we are when this door was like done. So let me know what you think, everyone. Do you think that it's a doorway for something special, or do you think if we knocked it back, there's nothing there because that's crazy. Like there's more like pictures, obviously, but like. No, no, look. There you go. Like what the fuck? There's like someone laying down on it, doesn't it? And then there's like a doorway into something. If you look, like a mummy kind of laying on top. If you look in a doorway, I could be wrong, man. Let me know what you guys can see and girls. Let me know what you think.
Kenapa sayang? Sayang, Baik, kenapa ngapain? Tadi Rai cuma ngambil palu Rai yang jatuh. Oh, mana yang sakit sayang? Ini.
Yeah, but yeah, let me know what you think. Is that like a mummy on top, and then the doorway's like going into that area, or what can you all see? I'll give you a couple minutes to answer.
Jadi, gimana hasil pemeriksaan ibu saya, Mak?
While you're doing that, please like, keep subscribing, and turn the notification bell on.
Hasil tes ibu Fatimah menunjukkan bahwa pekerjaan dengan siapa sekolah. Apalagi sebelumnya ibu Fatimah memiliki riwayat diabetes juga stroke. Untuk hal ini ibu Fatimah akan dapat mengingat dengan jelas kejadian masa lalu seolah-olah itu baru saja terjadi kemarin. Bahkan beliau bisa mengingat tanggal dan orang tertentu dari masa lalu, tapi justru merupakan hal yang baru saja terjadi. Bisa juga ingatan ibu Fatimah akan muncul secara acak atau bahkan hilang sama sekali. Tapi sayangnya untuk hal ini gak ada pola khusus kapan dan bagaimana ingatan ibu Fatimah bisa. Lalu apa yang bisa kamu lakukan, Dok? Saya minta ibu bisa bersabar ya dan menghadapi ibu Fatimah.
Yeah, like I said, I'll give you a couple minutes to answer this, everyone. Let me know what you think.
Tapi justru dengan berada di lingkungan yang familiar seperti di rumah sendiri, berada di dekat keluarga, sahabat.
It does look like a doorway. Like I said, I think it's like a mummy on top, kind of, or something. It looks similar to it, doesn't it? Like, and then the doorway is going somewhere, doesn't it? But I don't know what. Can't really think. You know, I could be wrong. Yeah, does. Something in John. It's like a mummy or face or something goes there, doesn't it? So, let's have a look, right? And these facts, or like, as what I've talked about tonight. That's what I'm calling facts, but it's not factors in a sense, but there is possibilities of what's happening in the world. These mountains are really hiding, everyone. Theory one: most of these stories are folklore, amplified by fear, isolation, human imagination, all that. The second theory could be governments and militaries are using these mountains for decades, and have been using them for decades because of like to conceal facilities, experiments, infrastructure, maybe some other like shady shit. Or the third one that is plausible as well. Humanity has always sensed something unusual about mountains because certain locations give us unexplained phenomena or like electromagnetic anomalies, psychological effects, geological processes, or we're drawn to mountains because of our ancestors who've always lived in caves, and we believe that these mountains kind of are home in a sense. Let me know what you think. What theory suits the argument better, everyone. So, and tell me now what your favorite one was I've talked about tonight. But remember, there are tunnels that nobody's mapped. There's doors that nobody has opened under some of these mountains for maybe years and years, like I marker. And then there's tunnels that nobody mapped, like the ones under Snowdonia, and they just found them. So where's the real mystery then? That's probably a question for another day. Like I said, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a comment under and after you watched it and let me know what you think and which one disturbed you the most. And remember, just because something sounds impossible doesn't mean that nobody ever saw it. And good night, big love to you all, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye, everyone.